Welcome back to this week's art club all about light. So today we're going to kind of combine the last couple of days where we did a light bulb and a lampshade, and we're going to put them together and make them both in one. So from the other class you should have a half sheet of white paper. Go ahead and get that out, and we're going to put it up and down. We call this portrait style. We are going to draw a large light bulb on here, and we're going to make it fun. So I'm going to kind of start down at the bottom and make that big round shape up here, and then bring it back down. Don't worry if it's a little uneven. You can see mine is. If I want to kind of even it out, I will be cutting this out. So you guys can also be using pencil for this. I'm using marker, so it's easier to see on the screen. But if you use pencil, that'll give you another way to kind of fix it up too if any mistakes are made. Okay, so there's the bulb part, but then I'm also going to add another little portion here. And I'm going to put some ridges. This is, you know how like a light bulb has to get screwed into the base? So that's going to be for that. Super fun. And now let's give our light bulb a little face. Maybe there's a nose in the middle here. Now your face can look totally different than mine. You as an artist get to decide. I'm just kind of drawing one myself here. And maybe some cute eyeballs coming off of the nose. Maybe some eyebrows as well. Maybe we even draw in, you know, we've got the eyeballs, but making the pupil. I always like to add a little white spot too. That's called the highlight of the eye. And it just kind of brings it to life a little bit more. I'm coloring in the pupil, the black portion of the eye. Coloring that in. If at any point I'm going too fast too, feel free to pause the video and watch it at your own speed. Okay, so there's one. And let's make an eye pupil here. Another highlight there. We'll get that one colored in. Let's see, so far we've got the eyes, the nose, the eyebrows, the eyes. Did I say that already? And I think we're still going to need a mouth, aren't we? I'm going to make mine smiling. Of course, you can do whatever emotion you want for your light bulb, but I do love a warm, glowing light. So I'm going to do sort of a smiley face like that. All right. Now we can take some time. If we want to color these in, we can do that. So maybe I'm coloring in the mouth, a red color. You guys take the time, take your markers or crayons or whatever you'd like to color with, and go ahead and color your light bulb on in. I'm not going to color the whole thing on the video, because if I were to color this whole thing yellow, that's going to take quite a bit of time. So you can pause the video and color yours in if you want to, but just so that this video doesn't end up taking too long, I'm going to just pause mine right here. Okay, and I want to cut it out next. So this is where I said, even though I made that mistake over there, I wasn't too worried about it, because check this out. Mistake? What mistake? I don't see one. Alright. Cutting this on out. All the way up and around. Alright, we're almost there. Coming towards that finish line. All the way back to the bottom of my light bulb. Now we've just got that base left to go, the part that screws in to the lamp. There we go. Once again, color yours in as you wish. But let's get to the last part here. So, for this next part, it's helpful, though not necessary, to have some sort of a plate or a bowl. About, I'd say 6 to 9 inches. Something that's going to kind of fit on our paper like that. Okay? Now I'm going to use a pencil for this simply because I don't want to get permanent marker on my bowl here. So I'm going to use this to trace around it to make a circle. Once again, you could just make a circle. If you don't have a bowl or a plate to trace, that's okay. You don't need one. You can make a circle. Once you've got your circle, and once again, this can be any color of paper that you want it to be. But once I've got it, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out all the way around. Building those fine motor skills over here. It's a beautiful thing. Almost there. Round and around and around we go. There we go. Whew! It's a lot of, between the light bulb and this little shade part, it's a lot. Okay, this part seems scary, but I promise it's not. I'm going to start at the edge and I'm just going to cut a straight line until you get about to the middle. It's almost going to look like a Pac-Man or something. All right, set that off to the side for the moment. We're going to need a hole in the base of our light bulb. So you could take your scissors and kind of fold it in half, give it a little snip like that, and make a hole that way, so you can see. I'm trying not to. I just need it to be big enough for some string to go through, okay? Or, if you happen to have one at home, you could also use a hole puncher. Either way works. All right, so now I want to get some yarn or string. I'm going to use from about my fingers to my shoulder. So it might end up being like about 18 inches or so. Kind of depends on how long our arms are, right? So something kind of like this. Now, if you need help with tying, this is a great time to get our at-home mentor, have him come on over and help with this step. But we want our yarn to go through that hole we made, and then we're just going to tie it into a double or triple knot. So, if you want to learn, basically I want to make an X like this, and then the shorter piece is going to go around and through that hole, and we pull. So that's a single knot, that's not going to hold. So we'll have to do it again. Make kind of that X shape. Do you see that X right here? It's going to go around and through the hole, and we pull again. That's a double knot. This will hold, see? It does hold. But if you want to make it really, really strong, you can go for a triple knot. So once again, making that X shape. With the shorter one, we go around the longer one, through the hole, and tie it for a triple knot. That's not going anywhere. I can cut off that little tail if I want to. Or if my scissors will let me, maybe. And if you do want to just give it a little extra bit of support, this is definitely not required. But you could always add just a little dab of glue onto that knot just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Probably won't anyway, but if you're worried. So now we've got this cute little light bulb hanging upside down. Let's add our lampshade to it. So around that string, we're going to add the mouth of the Pac-Man. So it's going to go kind of like right in the middle there, like that. Okay? I'm going to grab my glue stick, and I'm going to add some glue, kind of like the shape of a piece of pizza or a piece of pie, however you want to think of it, right towards that edge. So you can see here's where I cut, and do you kind of see how that looks like a piece of pizza or a piece of pie? All the way to the edges. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this piece. This can get a little tricky to start. So I'm going to kind of fold it, fold it, fold it until it gets to those edges. I might need to go a little bit more. There we go. And don't worry if it doesn't get all the way to the edge. You can see I've got a little bit, it met down here, but it didn't up there. That's okay though. It'll dry clear anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Go ahead and pull that string through the middle. Let me switch our view here so you can see it better. Let's see. There we go. How cute is that? Our little light bulb. And of course you can add some decoration to your lamp shade too if you want to. Hang your cute little light bulb up somewhere at your home. Doesn't want to look at you. There we go. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to add them into our Hall of Frame so we can check out how everyone's ended up turning out. We'll see you next time.